Daniels Airlines coming in for landing. Oh no, my plane, it went into the drain.
Hiya, Hedvig.
Stefan? You look horrifying.
Aren't you gonna say hello?
What are you doing down there?
Don't you want a balloon?
I don't know.
You want it, don't you, Hedvig? Of course you do. We have improvements and bug fixes and all kinds of surprises down here. And balloons too.
Do they float?
Yes, they float. They all float. And down here, you float too.
I don't know. Can I just have my plane back, please? I really need to go back to the office.
You mean this?
My plane! Wait a minute. This is not my plane. These are the release notes. So that was really scary.
It was, but at least we're safe in our trusty Web Manuals hoodies.
First of all, the improvements.
Yes, and we actually have quite a few improvements for you today, so we'll be sharing them a little bit. First off, we now block users from being archived or even deleted if they have any type of ownership connected to them. So if they have any compliance-related ownership, forms ownership, manual ownership, or they're assigned to incomplete tasks, or if they're targets of specific emails like escalation emails. This will prevent responsibilities from being lost when a user is removed. So you'll get a little warning, and you'll see this here in the images. Second one, under reports and user performance, there was a button allowing for immediate warning emails to be sent out to users. We have changed it a little bit, so if you're looking at a user that have read all of their documents and they don't have to read anything else, then that button will be removed. That's just to avoid emails being sent out without any rhyme or reason. Further, we've also removed the envelope button that is also under user performance in the overview. So that will make it a little bit easier to know if people have read their documents, besides all the other signs and hints we have. And the third one for me, when downloading a file manual or file document from the reader, the naming was wrong when you received it on your device. That has now been named correctly after the file name in Web Manuals. And I'll say over to Hedvig.
Yes. So first for me is that we have now renamed the descriptions covering more mirror module connections. Yeah. Hard word to say. They are now called contain sections from other documents and then mirror sections to other documents. This to avoid any misconceptions and just to make it clearer for the users. Then we also have made it able for users to unlink their currently connected support email in the system. They can now unlink it, and then after that they can now add a new one afterwards.
Exactly, so if your email changes and you connect it with one to the support through the system, you can actually change it and have your new email the active one.
Yes. And lastly, we have an improvement for...
This is your favorite.
Yes. The word import wizard. So the whole point of that is to make things more customizable, flexible, and we have now added an option to make it even more customizable. What we have done is add an option to ignore the direct stylings on the text. So now if you allow this, allow the custom styles on your site, they can now be brought over from Word, which would affect the standardized expression.
Yes.
So if you want more control, you don't want to allow these extra fonts to be carried over, you can now ignore them, and you will have nice and pretty styling as your design.
Exactly, just following the standard that you built. Good. Thank you so much, Hedvig.
Thank you. And now for the bug fixes.
Bug fixes.
So starting off, it's actually a bug related to what we mentioned previously in the improvements. which is that when you were downloading files in the reader, unfortunately, the files were just named file. This has now been fixed and will be named after the document name in web manuals.
Exactly.
We have also fixed a thing with document ownership, which is that when you transfer document ownership from one user to another from the Manage Users menu, that will no longer result in the old owner falsely being claimed as an additional owner, together with the new one.
It was only in that specific menu on transferring ownership, but still, it looks weird if you open up again and it seems like the old owner was still the owner.
Yes. We've also fixed a wrong selection color in managed categories, which was caused by a previous update, but is now fixed in this update.
Exactly. It should be blue. It was gray. It's now blue again. That's what we want. And additionally, after changing the way that we display header text or information in your tables, not in your tables, in your documents, but all the information around it, we saw that sometimes it would show cached data and then it would result in showing the reference key, which would look quite weird. So instead of saying revision, for example, or something else like that, it would have a reference key, which, as I said, looks a little bit weird. So this has now been solved, and the corrected information should now be shown in your information overviews. Another thing, sites with Amelia Co-author active had a little bit of an issue copy-pasting tables. That has now been fixed, so now you can select your tables, you can Control-C them, and then you can Control-V them and paste them in properly once more. And the last one from me before we jump back to Hedvig. We fixed the sidebar table of contents. We encountered an issue where we saw that expand and collapse would not work properly. So sometimes if you were trying to collapse or expand, that button in general would just not work. Now it should work, and you should be able to just fully expand your table of contents once more.
Yes, absolutely. So back to me. I have a couple more bugs. The compliance links, headings in a PDF document, they will now actually do what they're supposed to and navigate the user to the correct heading. We're also, another fix with the table of contents actually. When you were saving in the editor, if you were on the table of contents tab and you saved, you would be booted back to the pages tab. Exactly. Now that will not happen anymore, and you will stay where you want to be. We also have the support card in the admin dashboard. That will now show the correct information instead of just the reference key when pressing on the phone button.
Exactly, just like the other issue we fixed before.
Yes.
So these are connected, and now all of that should be cleaned up, and you should have the correct information everywhere. Now, I'll grab the last bits before we round off. We now ensure that we send annotation data correctly when highlights and annotations are fetched from manual data, that is through APIs and things like that. So now we make sure that the annotation data comes as well. Also, we improved the way our word import maps headings for a more consistent result. We saw a small issue there. And a very final thing, because besides that, we also improved the antivirus functionality and how we handle scan requests. So now we're doing it in a better way, and we are saving resources.
So that is all we have for you this time. We really hope you enjoyed the October release notes. Maybe you were also a little bit scared.
I was.
Yes.
And we also want to mention that Go Digital Singapore is coming up here in November. So if you're in the area, please remember to sign up and come join us.
Yes, and also Christian, behind the camera, reminds us that the Christmas release is coming up. So let us know in the comments if you have something special that you want us to do. We've shown that we are very willing to to do fun stuff for the arts.
Indeed. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.